What is up, RGL family? Coming back to you with a quick news episode. Well, if you couldn't believe it, believe it. Analogue is postponing the shipping of the Analogue 3D again. I am sure nobody is surprised by this. So unfortunately now they're saying Q4 of this year. Supposedly, it's almost done. They're on the last 1%. Apparently this is like copying files in Microsoft Windows. It says there's 2 minutes left and then it takes another half hour. But yeah, so Q4 could be October 1st, it could be December 31st. If I was a betting man, I would probably count on it dropping closer to December 31st. Unfortunately, I think that's the way it goes. So yeah, if you're hoping to get it this month, that is not going to happen. You can still request a refund. They say you can cancel your pre-order at any time. Ugh, I don't know. Are you guys going to cancel your pre-orders? I got to be honest, like at this point, I was thinking about having it so I could play games like, Mario 64, which I've never played, and Star Fox, and like some of the bigger hits. Like I didn't have a 64, and I don't have a lot of nostalgia for it, but those are, there's certain first party games that would be cool to be able to play on, original hardware. But I think I don't know. And I think it would be cool to have the capability to play import games. I don't know. Does it support? I imagine it does, right? Being able to do translation with IPS patches. Or if not, still being able to, play import games. So I'm on the fence. Obviously I have some time, I guess, to figure it out. Part of me honestly is really tempted to just put the money back in my pocket at this point. I don't know. Let me know what you're doing, what you guys think of this news. So my strictly limited debacle continues. I still have not gotten any of these games. I've emailed their customer service again. They said that there's a lot of people on holiday and stuff right now, and they're going to get back to me. That was a week ago. Another week has gone by. None of these games shows being in manufacturing yet. So very little hope that these are coming out anytime soon. I've requested a refund. Sucks, Steel Empire would love to have that, for the Genesis, as well as this Over Horizon shooter, and then the Ninja games. But they've had my money for a while now. Like, and what makes me crazy is, they just released the 16-bit version of, the Sega Genesis version of Farm Simulator. They're releasing Switch games, but these games from 2 years ago, radio silence. So at this point, I just want my money back. And like I said, I might do the same thing with Analogue. Like, I've bought things, I think I've said before, from Strictly Limited, in stock things, and that's different. So I think that's from now on. If I do order from them, again, I'll do in stock, but they're also overseas, and with the tariffs and everything, like shipping prices are crazy, or, they're high. And with potential tariffs, they're going to be even higher. So I think, unfortunately, I think they're coming off the list of people I do business with, and which sucks because, people that are stateside, is like Castlevania games and then limited run. So we don't have a lot of choice. And limited run can be just as bad in terms of delivery dates. So, but you want to keep supporting. Like, I think it's really cool that new retro games or republished retro games are getting done. I don't want to see that end, but got to find a way to get into a publisher who can, get things released in less than in 2 years. Hopefully less than a year, but especially less than 2 years. If you go into the whole Evercade environment, or environment's not the word I want, but if you're into Evercade stuff, they're shipping Roguecraft and the Neo Geo arcade double pack, or in those games. I got the double pack. I think Roguecraft was like either like a gauntlet simulator or a roguelike kind of game. And then the Neo Geo has like Metal Slug and other Neo Geo arcade games. So looking forward to that. And then there's Evercade has on pre-order now Taito arcade games, which I'll probably get. I think there's 2 like Taito 1 and 2 arcade packs, so I'll probably grab those as well. I like, because I don't plan on ever getting into arcade boards and stuff, because you got to draw a line somewhere. Although it would be cool to maybe have some original arcade games at some point, maybe when there's more room and more money for that kind of stuff. But for now, kind of look at the Evercade, because they do a lot of that for getting the arcade games. So I want to pick up those Taito games as well. If you missed, so NeoFid, they've put out several games at this point. I've talked to them about them before, and they had a Kickstarter for a horizontal shooter, and I think they hit a milestone where they might add like a run and gun segment too as well. I believe I read that somewhere. But regardless, it looks like a really good, really solid, nice looking horizontal shooter. The Kickstarter has ended, but if you go to their website, you can still pre-order the game for like the Kickstarter price. So that's €70 for the Genesis Mega Drive version, and then they also are doing a Neo Geo version for you ballers out there. So it's $370 for AES, $320 for MDS. But yeah, this I'm really excited about this one. Having a nice shooter for the Sega Genesis, especially with the fact that it looks like I'm never going to get Steel Empire. Unfortunately, I know there's a Switch version, so maybe I'll just have to end up picking that up instead, and then I'll have this one for the actual original console itself. So that is everything. Again, Analogue 3D supposed to be here by the end of the year. We'll see. This is technically the 3rd target date they've set. The original one was I think like June, right, of this year, and then it was July, and then actually maybe this is the 3rd one. The original was June, right? Then it was July, then it was end of August, and and now it's end of the year. So hopefully end of the year doesn't turn into 2026. I guess don't be surprised if it does, but that's where that's at. If you still want to get Copper Storm and you missed the Kickstarter campaign, you can go to NeoFid's website, neofid-studios.com, and you can get that done. And don't buy things from Strictly Limited, especially your retro stuff. They seem to do better with the Switch, like the modern stuff they put out. But honestly, I wouldn't buy anything pre-order from them. If they got it in stock and it's something you want, great. If it's pre-order, I want to do it. And then Evercade, there's some really cool arcade stuff coming out from them. If that's something you want to get into. And I know they've raised the prices, but it's still, the console is still pretty cheap. Even I think it used to be like 100, and now it's 110 or 120 or something like that. So that's it. I hope everyone is doing well, and have a great night, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.